I want to see you without the armor you wear, just to be loved safely, without the fake calm you show when you are screaming inside. I want to see you without the walls you call independence, without the heavy silence you may mistaken for strength. I want to see you without the filters you use to be accepted, without the stories you rewrite to protect your pain. I want to see you without the numbness you've mistaken for healing, without the smile you use to silence your truth. I want to see you without the fear of being abandoned mid-sentence, without the cold detachment you learn to survive affection. I want to see you without the mask of forgiveness you never truly meant, without the inner monologue that always tells you to run. I want to see you without the distance you call boundaries, with the shame you inherited from people who never knew your worth. I want to see you without the guilt you carry for choosing yourself, without the pride that keeps your hands in your pockets. I want to see you without the ghost of who you had to become, without the good behavior you used to be loved safely. I want to see you without the practiced indifference, without the need to be anyone but this moment. I want to see you without the exit plan, without the whispered voice that says, "Don't get too close." I want to see you without the silence that punishes your heart, without the defense you call independence. I want to see you without the "I'm fine" reflex, without the fear of being truly chosen. I want to see you without the perfectionism that hides your wildness, without the layers UV added to feel protected. I want to see you without the delay in your "I love you," without the calculations that make love a strategy. I want to see you without the fear of being too visible, without the stories you tell to sound less broken. I want to see you without the edits you make in real time, without the voice that says, "You don't deserve softness." I want to see you without the urgency to disappear, without the guilt that follows when you finally rest. I want to see you without the obligation to earn affection, without the script you rehearse when you feel seen. I want to see you without the detours you take to avoid your own heart, without the disclaimer before you speak your truth. I want to see you without the self-betrayal you've named compromise, without the emotional debt you keep paying for. I want to see you without the performance, without the pause that measures your worth. I want to see you without the fear of disappointing ghosts, without the constant need to be understood perfectly. I want to see you without the timelines you keep trying to meet, without the secret wish to be rescued. I want to see you without the need to explain your sensitivity, without the self-erasure you do to keep the peace. I want to see you without the apology that always follows your feelings, without the restraint you think makes you lovable. I want to see you without the burn marks from past tenderness, without the belief that love must cost something. I want to see you without the echo of someone else's voice in your head, without the loyalty to the version of you that suffered. I want to see you without the quiet you use to test if they'll notice, without the armor you built from rejection. I want to see you without the checklist of worthiness, without the emotional curfew you place on yourself. I want to see you without the rules you created to avoid heartbreak, without the self-editing mid-sentence. I want to see you without the weight of their disbelief in you, without the inherited fears masquerading as caution. I want to see you without the tension that's become your resting state, without the script you recite to avoid connection. I want to see you without the guilt you carry for surviving, without the exile you placed yourself in. I want to see you without the false calm you wear like armor, without the urgency to be unbreakable. I want to see you without the armor you call boundaries, without the apology for being too open. I want to see you without the longing you never speak aloud, without the shame of loving deeply. Again, I want to see you without the silence you use to punish your softness, without the belief that you must suffer to be seen. I want to see you without the mask you wear even in sleep, with the fear that joy means punishment is coming. I want to see you without the story you've been forced to repeat, without the hesitation to let your rawness touch the light. My dear, I want to see you without the masks you wear to hide your sacred scars. I want to see you without the weight of their judgments pressing on your chest. I want to see you naked of the fears you bury. Beneath your smiles, without your armor, you feel vulnerable, but that's the real you. I want to see you without the echoes of their voices controlling your silence. Without the lies you tell yourself to survive. I want your raw truth. I want to see you without the pain you insist on carrying alone. Without the invisible chains that tighten around your heart when no one's watching. I want to see you without the need to explain why you withdrew. Without the ghost of regret haunting your every breath. I want to see you without the mask of strength when your soul screams for rest. Without the shadows of doubt that blur your light. I want to see you without the facade you show the world. Just for one moment. Without the scars you hide but wear like secret badges of pain. I want to see you without the words left unspoken, heavy in the air. Without the tired smile you flash to keep the world from breaking you. I want to see you without the distance you build to keep from being hurt again. Without the invisible wounds that bleed beneath your skin. I want to see you without the mask of, I'm okay, because I know you're not. Without the shame you carry like an unwanted lover. I want to see you without the burdens of the past dragging your spirit down. Without the fear of being too much, too loud, too soft, too broken. I want to see you without the curtains hiding your storm. Without the guarded heart that trembles behind closed doors. I want to see you without the pretense of control when chaos reigns inside. Without the sorrow you swallow whole, silent and unseen. I want to see you without the layers of shod smothering your truth. Without the chains of guilt that bind your wings. I want to see you with the hesitation that dims your fire. Without the tears you hide behind laughter. I want to see you without the memories that haunt your quiet moments, without the mask of indifference that shields your trembling heart. I want to see you without the false bravado that crumbles at night, without the silent screams buried deep beneath your skin. I want to see you without the invisible scars etched by forgotten promises, without the walls you build to keep out the love you crave. I want to see you without the regrets that suffocate your breath. Without the loneliness you hide behind crowded rooms. I want to see you without the fear of being broken again. Without the endless, what ifs? I want to see you without the weight of the world pressed on your fragile shoulders. Without the silence that screams louder than words. I want to see you without the pain you paint as strength. Without the lies you tell yourself to keep the darkness at bay. I want to see you without the ghosts you invite to your bed at night, without the armor that's rusted from too many battles. I want to see you without the pretense that numbs your soul, without the tears you pretend don't exist. I want to see you without the hesitation to be seen fully, broken and whole, without the weight of unspoken words pressing on your tongue. I want to see you without the fear that love will abandon you again. Without the scars that tell stories you dare not share. I want to see you without the quiet surrender to endless loneliness, without the need to fix yourself before you let me in. I want to see you without the shattered pieces you hide behind closed eyes, without the wounds that bleed only in silence. I want to see you without the burden of pretending that everything's fine. Without the fear that your heart is too fragile to hold. I want to see you without the ghosts of love lost clinging to your skin. Without the chains you forged from pain and regret. I want to see you without the hesitation to let me touch your soul. Without the walls built from whispered betrayals. I want to see you without the shadow of doubt clouding your life. Without the fear that your truth will push me away. I want to see you without the pretense of joy hiding a breaking heart. Without the silence that screams louder than any word. I want to see you without the scars you think make you unlovable. Without the masks that protect you from loving fully. I want to see you without the guilt that chains your soul to yesterday. Without the pain you wear like a secret tattoo. I want to see you without the fear of being too much for anyone. Without the sorrow you carry like a shadow no one sees. I want to see you without the weight of every goodbye you've ever said. Without the cracks you hide beneath your skin, I want to see you without the hesitation to let your soul breathe. Without the mask that hides your quiet desperation, I want to see you without the wounds that refuse to heal. Without the scars that tell stories of love and loss, I want to see you without the fear that no one will stay for the real you. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. I want to see you without the exhaustion that no one ever notices. Without the cracks that let the light seep in quietly. I want to see you without the broken promises etched across your heart. Without the silence you use to drown out your own voice. I want to see you without the scars you think define your worth. Without the weight of everyone else. Expectations crushing your soul. I want to see you without the fear of becoming too vulnerable to hold. Without the invisible battles you fight alone in the dark. I want to see you without the guarded smiles that hide the storm within. Without the ache that no one knows how to heal. I want to see you without the fear that loving deeply will only break you more. Without the walls, built from years of silent suffering. I want to see you without the need to apologize for feeling too much. Without the chains of doubt that shackle your wild heart. I want to see you without the whispered regrets that haunt your every step. Without the masks that suffocate your truest self. I want to see you without the fear that your story won't be heard. Without the invisible wounds no one ever sees or tends. I want to see you without the burden of carrying others' broken dreams. Without the pretense of perfection that hides your sacred cracks. I want to see you without the scars you hide beneath your pride. Without the fear that your love is never enough. I want to see you without the trembling that follows every broken promise. Without the tears that fall when no one is watching. I want to see you without the silence that screams in your lonely nights. Without the invisible chains that bind you to yesterday's pain. I want to see you without the desperate hope that no longer serves you. Without the walls that trap your wildest dreams. I want to see you without the hesitation to reach out for healing. Without the scars you're too afraid to show. I want to see you without the burden of unspoken words and undone apologies. Without the fear that loving yourself is selfish. I want to see you without the loneliness that haunts your crowded rooms. Without the mask that hides your fierce vulnerability. I want to see you without the broken pieces you keep locked away. Without the weight of silence that screams beneath your calm. I want to see you without the ghosts that cling to your fading light. Without the fear that you are too damaged to heal. I want to see you without the chains forged by silent betrayals. Without the shadow of regret that stains your every smile. I want to see you without the pretense that keeps your soul quiet. Without the ache that settles deep in your bones. Without the heavy cloak of guilt you never shed. Without the hesitation to speak your truth out loud. I want to see you without the burden of carrying love alone. Without the fear that your heart will never find rest. I want to see you without the silent screams hidden in your deepest dreams. Without the cracks that tell stories you dare not share. I want to see you without the shadows that swallow your brightest light. Without the loneliness that echoes louder than any voice. I want to see you without the masks that suffocate your wildest hopes. Without the weight of unspoken pain you carry like a secret. I want to see you without the scars etched by love's cruel hands. Without the hesitation to be fully, unapologetically you. I want to see you without the ghosts that linger in your quiet moments. Without the fear that your love will never be enough. I want to see you without the pretense that numbs your aching soul. Without the burden of dreams buried too deep. I want to see you without the silence that hides your deepest cries, without the chains that bind you to old wounds. I want to see you without the cracks that let the universe in. Without the fear that being broken means being unlovable. I want to see you without the weight of other people's pain, without the masks you wear to keep from falling apart. I want to see you without the invisible scars that no one knows how to heal, without the hesitation to let your soul breathe free. I want to see you without the silence that shouts inside your heart, without the ghosts that dance in your darkest dreams. I want to see you without the armor that hides your sacred wounds, without the burden of pretending you're okay. I want to see you without the fear that your love is too much, without the scars that speak louder than your words. I want to see you without the walls you built to keep love out, without the regret that steals your peace every night. I want to see you without the mask that hides your true longing,